Keith asked a question. What do you suggest I do before I take my boat out for the first time of the season? That's a good question. We're coming into springtime, and it looks like we're going to get some good weather here. What kind of boat do you have, Keith? And just real quick, is there you have an outboard, maybe a little runabout ski boat with a little inboard? There's always good practice, no matter what type of boat that you have, to have a little checklist at home with your boat, things that you want to make sure of before you get to the lake, assuming that everything is running. A checklist may consist of confirming that you have your drain plug, your garboard plug in the back of your boat. It's not a matter of have you ever forgotten it. It's a matter of when you will. It's one of those things that you will only forget to put that garboard plug in the back of your boat one time, and you'll never, ever forget to do it again. Ask me how I know. So a checklist would consist of a drain plug, condition of your battery, make sure your batteries are good, confirm your bilge pump is working. If you have an inboard, outboard, you want to confirm that your blower is working, all of your navigation lights, your life vests, your horn. So there's components that are out there that by law have to work. So if the boat's equipped with navigation lights and an anchor light, those lights actually need to work. If it's not equipped with it, it's not required. But if the boat has the nav light and the anchor light, it is required by law that those lights work. Your life vest, you need to have enough life vests that are rated for the size of people that are on the boat, as well as a throwable PFD, personal flotation device, a throwable flotation device. You cannot use a life vest to double as a flotation or throwable. Good battery. It's always good practice to carry a backup or a jumper box. The thing about boats is that you can't just pull over out on the water. So it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So prior to going out, you're going to want to make sure that you test run your boat, whether you hook it up with a fake a lake or rabbit ears, garden hose, whatever the case. You want to start your boat under its own power at your house. It's a good time to go through and confirm that the winter didn't do damage to your fuel system. Your water pump is working properly. Your batteries are charged. Your blower works, bilge pumps, all your list. So Keith here says you have a 40 horsepower two-stroke outboard on a 15-foot IRB. So the two strokes on an outboard, or any outboard for that matter, you don't really have a winterizing process. So outboards don't store water, don't hold water back in the power head. So we tend not to really have freeze damage issues as much as you would on an inboard or an inboard outboard. So as long as you were running good, clean, clear gas, and your storage of your boat was stored with a good fuel tank full of clear gas and stabilizer over the winter, you want to confirm. So test run your boat, hook up your water, fire the thing up. You want to make sure that your water pump is pumping, so your telltale hose is not plugged. Typically, we'll see throughout the wintertime that you'll get a bug's nest. Mud daubers actually build a little nest and lay eggs in the telltale tube. You want to make sure that your telltale tube is clear and that it is flowing water when you first fired it up. Confirm your carburetors are not leaking. And once again, make sure that your safety items on your boat are in good condition. life vests are within the weight ratings for who is ever going to be in your boat, and you have a noise making device, whether your horn works, you have an air horn that works, or you have a whistle that makes noise, as well as a good fire extinguisher is always good practice. Part of on your checklist, you want to make sure and hope that that's one of the items you never ever have to use, but you want to make sure that your fire extinguisher is a marine rated dry chemical fire retardant to carry with you on your boat. Access to that fire extinguisher needs to be accessible without being buried underneath all the life vests and your ropes and whatnot. So it's also good practice to verify that you know how to remove that fire extinguisher from its mounting location and its holding clamp. We'd be surprised at how many people don't really understand or know how to pull or pop the clip to pull the extinguisher out, remove the safety trigger, and be able to depress the valve on top of the fire extinguisher. When in a situation where you have to use that extinguisher, you don't want to learn how to use the fire extinguisher when your time matters. So take a moment and familiarize yourself with your safety devices, and that's how I can really put down for you right now. Looks like we're winding down here, fellas and ladies. I do appreciate you guys joining. Once again, check out our links. Look up.